I've been debating on making a video talking about this topic for the past year since it happened, and ever since I made this comment and so many people asked how this happened, I figured why not? I'll make a whole big video about it, and that'll be that. I'll finally have confessed what happened, and that is that. So, to give context, as you can see on the comment to your right, you can see me. That's me, right there, saying, as a person who got scammed out of $2,000, it really warms my heart to see someone face justice for their crimes. Now, what am I basically saying here? Now, the video here is from YouTuber Penguin Z0, Charlie, Moist Critical, whoever you want to call him. He goes by many names, but yeah. So he posted a video recently talking about how a YouTuber just got sentenced to prison for scamming people out of $23 million. I'm sorry, it's like 3 a.m. and I'm fumbling my words really immensely because I really couldn't sleep. I just decided, you know what, why not make this video? And anyways, if you want to go look for the context of that video, I'll put the video's link in the description below. Now, why am I pulling this video up? Why have I pulled this video up? I just way to ask the same question twice, dude. It's because I kind of want to read these comments first. Now, I watched this video and I commented on it, and that was the only time I intended on talking about it. Like, I wasn't planning on making a big video about it, but since so many of you decided to ask me what happened, I figured why not? I'll do it. But first I want to read these comments. Alright, input, don't translate, that's just a bot. Absolutely ditto. Jedi Simpson, those damn Nigerian princes. And I said, actually it wasn't that, it was something completely different. Bro Judy says, as a person. What does that even mean? Like, are you trying to address the fact that I said as a person instead of as someone? Like, was I supposed to say that? Like, I don't get it. It's a stupid fucking comment. And I said, no, not crypto either, because somebody had originally asked, oh, was it a crypto scam? And I said, no, it wasn't crypto either. Charlie, more like trashy, I'm better. Clearly another bot. AYC8782 asks, what happened? Well, I responded and said I might make a video about it tomorrow. It's too long of a story to say here. And of course, 8 hours later, I decided I'm making a video now about it. And this guy says Penguin Zero inspires me. Parents said if I get a 15K followers, he might buy me a better camera for recording. Begging you guys, literally begging. I don't know if this guy's legit, but go follow him anyway. MBITA Cheesy. I don't know how you say it. I probably fucking butchered that name. Alright. Potapolic Love George I don't know, the name cuts off here. Why were you scammed out of 2K? And I'm going to agree that justice is served well, but I'm going to be honest with you, you should have seen the red flags unless it was complex. Well, listen, it was my first time getting scammed. I didn't know exactly what to do in that situation. And again, I'll get into that in a minute, but first we're going to finish reading these comments. Alan Watts 8239. Hey, how you doing, man? He was probably the most prevalent of these hate comments, I should say. I don't know. But basically, he was one of the people who was like, oh, I don't believe you. You're faking this just to get attention. And I can see why he believes that in this sort of sense. Or he or she. I don't know exactly the exact gender. I haven't like met him or anything like that. But I can totally see why this would come across as, you know, just looking for views and shit like that. But no, that's not my intention. I never intended to make this video anyway. I just decided, you know what? I can relate to this subject. I'll leave a comment explaining my thoughts. I was like, yeah, I can relate to this situation. I'm glad someone's getting justice for their crimes, you know, and all that shit. I wasn't really trying to make it all about me. I wasn't trying to, like, you know, get attention. Oh, please give me your sympathy. I wasn't trying to do that at all. And of course, some guy responding to another bot. And Alan again says, I might make a video about it tomorrow. Yeah, you definitely didn't lose 2K. You're clearly capping to get views. And here's how I respond. I said, I responded to the other oh shit, hang on. I didn't mean to do that. And I was responding to the George Costanza guy. I said, I wasn't in the correct state of mind. Like I mentioned in another comment, I'll make a video on it tomorrow. And I responded to Alan saying, I wish I was capping. That 2K looks really good right about now. Also, dude, that's so fucking cringeworthy of you to say capping. I'm just going to say it right here, right now. Just say lying like a normal human being. We clearly got a Gen Z person in here. Fellow Gen Z member, hey. What's good? He says, you're not fooling anyone, buddy. I said, yeah, since you so clearly don't want to believe me, why don't you stay in tune? I'll be happy to give you a shout out. So hey, here's your shout out, Alan. This guy says easy pickings and 3 skull emojis. I don't know exactly what that means. Can I have like $5? I don't know if that's a bot or just a joke. Alan says, okay, if you prove me wrong, feel free to say it in the video. I deserve it, but only if it's true. Well, that's the kind of part that I feel a little iffy about, because I can't exactly prove anything. Like, I can't show receipts, I can't show DMs of anything, because I've already wiped them off the fucking face of the earth. I wanted to like forget this whole experience ever happened. But it still haunts me to this day, and I just kind of wanted to make a video talking about, you know, how the dangers of scamming, tell you guys a cautionary tale. Well, except this isn't a tale, this is something that actually happened. And I said, I will say that making a video on it probably wasn't a smart thing to say, but I wasn't about to write an entire paragraph about it either. Sorry for coming across as a clout-hunter goblin, but that isn't the case here. Which it really isn't. I wasn't trying to make a big hoopla about this just for views. And some of you in the comment thread already went and subscribed to my channel, so if you're watching this video, thank you, but you didn't have to do that. Like, that wasn't the entire point of me making that comment. Anyway, what does he say? Lollipops90 says, same, except mine was like 6K. I don't know if that's real, but like I said, I'm sorry to hear that. Stay strong, bud. You'll build yourself back up eventually. Ragnarok, bet I'll watch it. Well, child8669, I hope you're watching it right now. What's good? Damn, so you were glad to see that a person caught that you didn't think of the mass theft? What the fuck are you trying to say, Raz? I seriously don't get it. Okay, hang on. Let me read that again, but slowly. Damn. So you were so glad to see that person caught that you didn't think of the mass theft? Brother, I watched the whole video before I made the comment. I was like, I wasn't trying to make the whole thing about me. Of course I feel bad for the people who lost the $23 million, because that YouTube copyright system is fucking archaic and broken, like Charlie said. So yeah, I do agree that I do feel bad for the people who lost that $1 million, but I'm glad that the guy is finally getting the justice he deserves. So again, that's just a stupid fucking comment. I don't know what you were trying to go from there. Me too, when I was blackout drunk, been sober ever since. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't blackout drunk when this happened. I was autistic. And I'm still autistic. Like, Susan Nations can't even make it rhyme, responding to one of the bots. Another guy responding to one of the bots. But does seeing this get your $2,000 back? If not, then what's the point? The point was to leave a heartfelt comment, bro. I wasn't trying to like make everything about me. I'm sounding like a broken record right now, but that's literally, I'm going to try and keep hammering in the same point. Ragnarok, why would someone brag about being dumb? I doubt he's lying. I'm not even bragging, first of all. And yeah, I wouldn't brag about me being stupid, unless that's my fucking brand, which it is. I'm not bragging about it either. I can get your $2,000 back. It will cost you $3,000 though. Good joke, bro. Nice joke, KB Killa 360. I really appreciate that. Okay. Ragnarok, shout me out, daddy. First of all, hold up. Okay, Crimson Carave 1T. There's your shout out. Alright. Another guy responding to the bot. Another guy. How the fuck do you do that? Justice is a mockery in this case. Dude needs a life sentence. It's totally unacceptable, and scammers could be a thing of the past if every one of them caught meant life behind bars, because the risk outweighs the reward. Let Indians resort to street crime over calling me twice a day, only be met by an irate man screaming from start to end. True, I agree about that as well. Ha ha ha, I have some nice water crossing items for sale if you're interested. I don't know what water crossing is. I don't know what that is either. Meat Boy Enjoyer. Honestly, Ragnarok doesn't seem to be the type of person to lie about this. Well, thank you, Meat Boy Enjoyer. I really appreciate that comment. Alright, move Overwatch. I don't care right now. Ragnarok, you have made far more than a paragraph already. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know, man. Good luck. Don't believe people on the internet. Better off gambling on stocks. Well, I agree, but like, why would you gamble on stocks instead of just believing some random person off the internet? Like, with at least there, you're wasting your money. But here, you're just wasting brain cells? I don't know, how do you say it? But like, I can understand why people have this mentality of, don't believe strangers on the internet. Like, again, I completely understand. Squirrel88822 says, those damn Tinder Indians. I mean, I guess that sort of ties into what I got scammed for. Again, we'll get to that soon. Patrick Bait guy says, if you are dumb enough to get scammed, especially over that much money, you got to blame yourself. It's obviously reasonable to get angry at the person who scammed you, but you need to accept that it was your mistake that led to the outcome. At certain times, I've had valuable things stolen from me, but that doesn't give me a reason to wish bad things to happen for other criminals. Doesn't make sense, I believe is what you meant, to enjoy the suffering of others, especially if they aren't a bad person. Okay. I'm just going to say it right off the bat. He already responded and apologized because I called him out on his bullshit. But anyways, here, I'm going to go ahead and call you out again. If you had read the paragraph thread earlier, you would have noticed that I took responsibility for my own actions. And I still take responsibility for my own actions. It is my own fault. I did get scammed out of $2,000 and it's my own dumbass fault. I'm not blaming anybody else. But I'm just basically saying that I can relate to this certain situation because I did get scammed before. That's basically what I was saying. Again, I wasn't trying to and also, that doesn't make sense to enjoy the suffering of others. He's just getting a 5-year sentence. As Penguin Zero said, that's a light sentence. And I agree with him. He should have gotten at least 35 years or something. Maybe even higher. Maybe life in prison. Maybe, I don't know. I wasn't wishing for the scammer to be dead or anything like that. String him up by the nutsack and, cut his dick off. I wasn't saying anything about that, man. Come on. But anyway, I did respond to him later, but we'll get to that in a minute. Lamau, I've got one weeks ago. Okay, that's another guy responded to the bot. Work for it, doesn't beg, lol. Okay, here's the comment where I responded to him. I said, I never said it wasn't ever my fault. If you read the comment though, you see that I took responsibility for my actions. And the guy apologized, said, oh, I'm sorry, it's almost 5 in the morning where I'm at. I was too tired to bother reading the entire thread. And I said, you're good, man. Have a good day at work or whatever you've been planning. I don't know. Lollipaps, you should make a video on it. I'm guessing they were responding to the other person saying, oh, I lost 6K. Yeah. Input. Wanted to hate the scammer, but now I don't. I'm still confused because I don't think you even responded to that. Although I could have missed a comment about it. And this guy was responding to the Patrick Bateman guy. We already resolved that, bro. I don't even know that. 5 years of a permanent record, yes. Ragnarok, it's fine, man. I ain't gonna dog on you or insult you, my friend. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Input. This Jose guy is probably the one who got your money, so justice served. I mean, I doubt it, but that is possible. That is possible. Oh, Ethereality5680. You and I got the same profile picture. Got confused for a second because we have the same PFP. Yeah, we do, man. But I got it first. So give me back my profile picture. Want a medal? No, I don't want a medal. Again, the entire point of that comment was to just say, hey, I can relate to this situation, and I wasn't trying to call all the attention to me. I'm not going to say it. Bless you, I will not have to work this weekend. Input, KB Killa, Ragnarok. Was it a warrant scam? No, it was not. It was something far more stupid and far more incompetent. I to this day, I still can't believe how I fucking fell for it. Hang on, I'm pretty sure we're almost done with the comment thread. I can't feel bad for you, bro, Lamau. You know Chase Cummings, I can't really blame you either. I don't expect you to feel bad for me. I didn't expect anyone to feel bad for me. When I posted that comment, I was just basically saying I can relate to this. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. I'm sorry. It's almost 4 a.m. Cut me some slack, guys. Anyways. I wasn't trying to make you guys feel bad. I wasn't trying to give you guys, tell you guys to give me your sympathy or anything. Free Rocky 16 says, I call bullshit. The only thing this case The only thing this case accomplished was showing people that YouTube system can be abused incredibly easily for a ton of money with virtually no risk. What minimum wage? $20K a year. So many people give up 5 years of their lives for over $100K. Never mind $20 million. If anything, this is justified abusing YouTube's copyright systems. This is just an incredible source of low effort income. I guess that's true by giving them a light year sentence, but I imagine they probably took away the funds as well. I don't know, but that's not why we're here. Okay, we got another bot here saying that vegan nutrition is the salvation of humanity.
That's certainly nice. Although I probably butchered that name. If you're dumb enough to get scammed over an amount for over a few $100, then it's your fault, and I do not feel bad for you. Good on the scammer.
Honestly, yeah, good on the scammer too. Hey, scammer, if you're watching this, good on you, man. You fucking got me. You got me good. Now I'm out $2,000, and that 2,000 is looking pretty good right about now. I'll tell you that right now.
L input Ragnarok. Don't bring it up if you don't want to talk about it. Why would anyone want to see you?
Want to wait to see you post a video? No one is here to see your videos. Oh, this was recent. This is 49 minutes ago. Okay. So basically, it's not that I didn't want to talk about it. I've been debating on if it was a good idea talking about it. Like, let's just move on.
Okay, El Dorado 1991, 41 minutes ago. If you ever get around to making a video, then can you please update us in this comment thread? I will genuinely keep an eye out for it and watch your video should you decide to make one about your own accord on being scammed, not trolling here. And I said, I plan on reading out the comment thread in the video, don't worry, as I am right now. There we go. 1 minute ago, there's a decent amount of people who falls by people selling house for absurdly low prices, but you must pay for it before you have access to it. Then all it does is act like they had disappeared off the earth. Well, that's not the scam that I fell for. You should feel totally furious, lol. 23 mil and only 5 years in jail is fucking free of a punishment. I understand.
Yeah, that is true. So now we're finally done reading the comments section. Let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this whole video. Even though it's already been 16 minutes, but hey, I said I'd read this whole comment thread, but who cares? Now it's... Sorry it took so long to read the whole comment thread. There was like 96 or 100 something comments on that whole thing. I didn't think that there would be that much recipients on a comment I made on a Charlie video. Like, usually when I leave comments on the videos for him, they just go completely unnoticed, like crickets. Like, not that I'm trying to comment to get attention on there, it's just usually I don't get this much attention, especially 4K likes and 100 replies. Like, come on, I'm not trying to like garner attention off of this. I was just trying to leave a comment and state my opinions. But hey, I guess it's fine that I got likes on it. Like, it really doesn't matter to me. But what matters is we need to get into the meat and potatoes of how I lost $2,000 last year over a stupid scam. So here we go. The story goes as in I had just gotten a job over at a plastics plant. I didn't really have that much money, and I used to online date quite a bit before I met my current girlfriend. And my last virtual girlfriend, I should say, she and I got into a really heated fight. She was being very toxic and stuff, but that's not really the point. So I broke up with her, and I've been trying to get her off my mind ever since. Like, I tried to get her off my mind from that point forward. Like, she's not really still haunting me in the back of my mind now, but I'm getting sidetracked. So, I turned to the ultimate dark side whenever it came to doing anything to get her off my mind. I purchased nudes online. Now, if you're one of the very few people who actually follow my Twitter, which I don't really encourage anybody to go follow it because I do post some degenerate shit sometimes, like I repost porn and all that shit. I said this tweet a few months before this situation happened. I said, how desperate do you have to be to buy nudes? Pornhub is free. Well, that certainly didn't age well, now did it? I contradicted myself with this one, which makes it even all the more laughable. Like, hey, I don't blame you for laughing at me. It's totally fine. Go ahead, laugh at me, throw tomatoes at me, throw pies at me. I deserve it. Yes, you heard me right. I did purchase pornographic material online from a random person that just so happened to stumble upon me. Now, this person, this scammer I should say, was impersonating a very popular porn star named Brittany Elizabeth. If you're curious, go look her up. And what drew my attention to it was that she had the biggest boobs I have ever seen. Like, they were obviously fake, but still just boom, like goddamn. Again, go look her up if you want to, like, if you're that curious. But if you're a child, don't do it, because like I don't really encourage that kind of shit on children. But the point is, she and I started talking, and she was like, "I sell my content if you'd like to see it, you know." And I think the first amount of money I sent to her was like $300 or some shit. Again, it was really fucking stupid, and I do still kick myself for even doing that, even considering that shit. And so that went on for about a while. I would send her like 20 to 30 bucks a week, and we would often trade nudes sometimes. But that was really about it. Like, we did get into a good, I guess, relationship, you should say. But this really wasn't a relationship. It was a parasitic relationship where she was just feeding off of me, or he. I don't know if it was an actual guy doing it. Well, I guarantee you it probably was. But still, I'm getting sidetracked again. So, after about a month or a few weeks of doing that, she and I got into an argument. About a $10 payment that I had sent her through PayPal, and it wasn't going through yet, and she was getting mad at me for the fact that it didn't go through. Like, what the fuck was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to like contact PayPal and say, hey, can you send the money a little faster? No, I didn't know exactly what to do. And so, fast forward to about an hour or 30 minutes later, I started streaming that night, and my phone just starts buzzing out of nowhere, just like buzz, 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 like I was getting a ton of notifications. And so I look down, I pause the stream, and I look down, and there's just a bunch of like threatening messages and shit saying, oh, you must be a big fool if you think that we're clearly able to be fucked with. And it was just from a bunch of different random accounts that I guess the scammer just sent my way so that way they could spam me and threaten me and shit like that. Now keep in mind, this is my first time being scammed, so I had no idea what to do at the time. Like, I genuinely didn't know what to do. So, of course, I ended the stream and I went to bed, and I started texting back. I was like, who is this? Like, who are you? I can't really say the name of the people because, like, they were all just a bunch of different bots, I guess. Like, there was probably the same guy going underneath the same name and shit. And they were threatening to come dox and kill me and my family and shit like that if I didn't comply. And remember when I said that I traded nudes with her? Yeah, they poorly cropped it into some newspaper articles, and they poorly cropped some of my photos in there. And like a fucking idiot, I believe that they would actually expose it all over the internet. Now, I've come to realize that I had no problem with having my nudes leaked. Like, honestly, that's fine. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a penis picture of mine floating around somewhere. But if you go out of your way to find it, then don't even bother, because it's not even worth it. But I'm getting sidetracked. So they sent me videos of, like, they also poorly cropped one of the nude pictures of me on like a fake news broadcast. Again, I didn't know it was fake at the time. I was just scared out of my mind. I was willing to do anything to like stop them. Like, the most important part to me was that they were going to threaten to kill me and my family. Like, that was the most important part to me. I didn't want them to be involved. Which is why I didn't tell them about it, but we'll get onto that later. And so I complied with them. I sent them over $2,000 of my own money that I was saving at the time to get a new car. Because at the time I wasn't using a car because the truck that I had used prior to had broken down for a lot of engine problems and shit. So I was saving up my money to try and get a car so I could get to and from my own places without having to rely on mommy and daddy to do it. So I lost over $2,000 before I realized it was a scam. And then I started getting brave with the guys saying, oh yeah, come at me, I got a shotgun and shit like that. But at that point I was just trying to swallow how hurt I was from how fucking dumb that I could actually have been by doing that. And it still, to this day, fucking pains me to see how stupid that I was back then. And the worst part about it was that I could never go to my mother or father or anyone about it. I could never tell anyone. I think the only people that I told was like a few people in my Discord, but that was it, and they just forgot about it. And I do remember setting up a GoFundMe under the name Bob Gray because I didn't want to like put my real name on there. I put my profile picture on there saying I lost $2,000 to a scam. If you guys could please help me, that'd be nice. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to GoFundMe for banning my account for no reason whatsoever. So fuck you there. But anyway, after about a month or two after the situation happened, I started building myself back up and everything was going well. And mom calls me while I'm at work and she says, hey, I accidentally read your bank statement, which I just want to go ahead and say, no, you didn't accidentally do it. The name was clearly written on the front of the envelope. You were snooping. That's fine. It's a motherly thing to do. I'm not mad. But let's move on. So, I read your bank statement. It says you sent over like $2,000 to X and PayPal and Cash App and shit like that. And at that point, I just couldn't hold it anymore. I just spilled it all out. I told her everything. And she got so pissed at me that she threatened to take away my phone and shit. She threatened to take away my electronics and all that good stuff. And I'm not trying to paint her as the bad guy. She was totally justified in doing that. But she and I got into a huge argument because of that. And that night when I got off my shift, I refused to go up to the gates to have her pick me up, because then she was just going to talk about the whole thing and just yell at me the entire time, and I didn't really want to do that. Again, that sounds like a really fucking childish thing to do, but I was in a very emotional state at the time. Not that that justifies it, but that's just a reason why I was acting so irrationally. And I know you're watching this, Mom, and I want to say I'm sorry for this. I'm really sorry for the way I acted at that point. Though I'm pretty sure it's already water under the bridge, considering I've got my own place now. I'm still at a pretty good, stable financial state. Like, I'm really not broke anymore like I was at that time. But anyways, I remember her crying because she was like begging me to come get into the car and stuff like that, because Dad was getting worried. He was out of town at the time, so he didn't really know what was going on. But the reason why he was getting worried is because we had this app called Life 360, which allowed everybody to like see where each other was at all costs and shit, which was a huge fucking privacy violation at first, but then I started getting rolling with it. The only reason we had that app is because my brother snuck out one night. I'm getting sidetracked. So I eventually did get in the car. We didn't speak a single word about it, and I guess after that we just decided to like have it water under the bridge. We wanted to keep this a secret from everybody. We didn't tell anybody else. The only people I told was some in my Discord server and me and my mother. Those were the only people who knew, but now you guys know. And I'm pretty sure everybody who's in my family is going to watch this video, and they're going to be like, oh, I feel so bad for you. And everybody else is watching this video, oh, that was awful. Why did you come to us about it? Like, listen, I don't deserve sympathy for this. It was my own fault that this happened to me. Like, I wasn't trying to garner sympathy from all of this. Like, when I left that comment on that video, I wasn't trying to garner sympathy at all. Again, I'm saying that again because I'm sounding like a broken record right now. I'm sorry, but I really need to hammer in this point, because so many people in the YouTube comments were saying, oh, I don't believe you and all that good stuff. And that's fine. Even if you don't believe me after this video, that's totally fine. I don't expect you to like believe me. I'm not going to be losing sleep if you don't believe me about my story of how this happened to me. So, I guess the message to take away from this is that don't buy nudes online. It's not worth it. Don't go to OnlyFans. Don't go to some sketchy website and buy shit like this. Don't do any of that. Just go on Pornhub, look up Pornhub. It's completely free. Rule 34, it's fucking free. X Hamster, all that shit. I don't encourage you to go to those websites if you're under the age of 18. Like, I don't encourage that at all. So don't even bother. Don't even get curious if you're under the age of 18 years old. Because like the reason why I say that is because most of my audience consists of children. And again, I don't want anybody to do anything stupid online. Like, always be safe online, and don't give anybody, and I mean anybody, any personal information about you. Not your bank account, not your social security, none of that shit, unless you know them personally. Like, if it's your mother across the other side and you know it, that's when you can do it. But like, even then, I probably wouldn't do it still. Not that you shouldn't trust your mom, but I'm getting sidetracked. So just, excuse me. Take a drink. Just be careful online, people. That's all I ask. Then that's really all I gotta say about the story. I wasn't really planning on making a video like this, but now that the secret's out, it's all out in the wild now. Thank you for sitting and listening to me bitch about a dumb decision I made, and welcome to any new subscribers that may have, come to my channel because of the comment I left on Charlie's video. But thank you, and I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going back to sleep.